More garbage to read. Anyway, on Memorial Day, CBR.com decided to post the strangest article ever. Dunking on Captain America. Boom, take that, Captain America. Your sacrifices and your heroism, you're a selfish prick. You are the epitome of toxic masculinity, Cap. Screw you, Steve Rogers. He should have been black from the beginning. So CBR posted this article, and they also put out a tweet, right? And it got some major backlash, obviously. Especially after, like, the Infinity War, when Marvel nails putting out a ton of movies to work together to create one great ending and story, whereas the Star Wars seems to fumble all over itself with, the Force is female. So basically everybody has good feelings about, you know, the Marvel movies and Captain America and Iron Man and RDJ, so on and so forth. They actually deleted the tweets, so yeah, unfortunate. I can't take any clips from that because that would have been funny. Stu, do I really have to read this? Do I? It's so stupid. I mean, it worked. It got people clicking. I mean, frankly, these journalists need to put out articles that might make people click them since nothing's going on since the pandemic. And they need clicks like I need views. Steve Rogers wasn't a hero for becoming Captain America. He was selfish. While he's Marvel's golden boy, Steve Rogers deciding to be Captain America was based on his own selfish desire.
He's losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
The article is actually kind of goofy. It somehow tries to peg Steve Rogers in the beginning as being this selfish guy who should have saw he wasn't strong enough to be in the military. So he should have been like a merchant marine or something, or on the National Guard handing out sandwiches to homeless people. I don't know what they were going for here. It's like the dude was willing to take an experimental serum to use on his body to become, you know, the super soldier. He was willing to risk his life for this. Even in the movie, they did a good enough job portraying the character and his transition from being, you know, the wimpy, nerdy guy to becoming Captain America at the end. I mean, the movie pretty much lays him out pretty well. He doesn't even get the girl at the end of the movie. He sacrifices himself and is frozen. He loses Bucky, but CBR's like, nope, Cap is inherently selfish. What a prick. He did this for his own desire. His altruism's terrible, even during the Civil War. Yeah, Captain America who stood up against a shit law. He stood against his own country, for God's sakes. He's done it more than once, you know, if you've read any Captain America comics. There's even a short story line where Captain America finds out that 9/11 was an inside job. I don't know if I can find anything on that comic book because it came out a long time ago. I mean, the character in and of itself, he did what he believed was right. And in the end, isn't that what we all do on a regular basis? He is one of the more inspirational comic book heroes to ever exist. His sole creation was to punch Nazis. You think in this day and age, people will go, Captain America's great. Remember when Kickstarter was like pushing the book Punch Nazis? It's like a comic book nobody cared about. Dude, he wielded I can't even say it. Mjolnir, I think is how you say it. Thor's hammer. Like, only the most worthy can pick up Thor's hammer. Doesn't that tell you something? Nah, screw it. He's a white male in America. What a prick. Hell, he died at the end of Civil War. For God's sakes. And then, you know, I hate now. You know, we're talking comic books. You know what I also didn't like? The fact that they made Captain America a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent for 5 whole minutes. Not S.H.I.E.L.D., Hydra. And they're like, oh, the Red Skull took over his mind. And they did it at a time when, you know, they're trying to get, like, you know, shock and awe points. I can't even, really. At the end of the article, they try to pull it back together, like, to redeem themselves in a sense. It's like, oh, we're going to start off with this hot take, how Captain America's selfish, and then we're going to do this. They even use one of my favorite quotes from Captain America, which I think odds are, I don't know if this person actually reads any comic books, but they probably just, like, Googled famous Captain America quotes to see if they could find something to support their belief system. And they pulled up the classic Civil War quote. Civil War, I think, was like 2006. I bought all the comic books, obviously. Yeah, I bought all the tie-in comics as well. So it's like 200 comic books in the Civil War. Anyway, it's the one where, like, Spider-Man is having this, he's conflicted. He's, like, on Iron Man's side, but he's, like, swaying towards Captain America's side because Captain America's right. And Spider-Man asks Captain America, like, how the hell do you do all this when the world is against you right now? And Captain America says, when the mob and the pressure of the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant your feet like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the world, no, you move. It was a great one. He also said, in a republic, who's the country, to Spider-Man. I was just like, oh man, Captain America, dude. And you know what? Screw this. I refuse to read another line. I can't wait for the article written about me. Internet troll who hides behind avatar is triggered by Captain America article. Begins to go into an angry fury. I just can't. Like, I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but it was a bad take. They posted it on Twitter and got completely dunked on themselves. So they deleted the tweet. So unfortunately, I don't have the funny tweets where people tell them, you know, this was a bad move, especially on Memorial Day. It's Captain America, dude. It's like hitting on Superman. You know, guys that were created to inspire you to be greater than you are. You know, something, it's like a bar to reach. And for a lot of young men, some of us grew up without fathers. So the men we idolized or look up to for guidance to be better people were literally in the pages of comic books. So you can eat my ass. In fact, my whole ass. This isn't even funny. I can't make it funny. It's terrible. Terrible. But they succeeded. People checked it out. So, you know, even I'm talking about it. What are you going to do? Give me the views. Cause I want the views. I need some motherfucking views. So give me the views. Cause I want the views. Just give me the views. I need some motherfucking views.